so Cineplex is probably the coolest company that I could ever imagine being a part of. Film and television industry is huge, and I absolutely love being a part of it. You got to believe in your brand because, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. So you really have to believe in what you're doing is important, and, that'll take you to a whole new height. Find what's the most important to you and then have that drive everything you do. That's really important as well, because if you don't care about what you're doing or if you don't believe in it, you're really not going to go anywhere. You're not going to do anything at that company. You're just going to kind of be at a standstill. So you really got to believe in what you're doing. And one thing I found that's really important is to not be jealous of other people. You might see people who have a cooler car than you, or have hair. I hear you, man. I hear you. Bald brothers stick together. But anyways, I've found that, being jealous really does nothing for you. You have to use that as fuel and use that to work harder, because jealousy, she's a fickle beast, and you don't want to be stuck being jealous, right? Today's universal currency is likability. If someone doesn't like you, they're not going to give you a job. They're not going to give you time of day. They're not going to interview. So make sure that you're likable. And make it easy for people to understand what you're selling them or what you're talking about. I use the term all the time using an off-ramp. So if I'm selling a mobile campaign, as an example, I'm in the company's, a restaurant. I might say something like, Cineplex, we have 2.4 million cars all going in the same direction. Let's help them point them to your restaurant or to your business, right? So I might use a line like that in a sales pitch. Einstein said this best: try not to be a person of success, but a person of value. Because if you have a lot of value, you're going to go a lot further in life. And people are going to notice that about you too. They're going to say, oh, Jimmy Smith or whoever, they have a lot of value. Let's bring him on, if he gets let go from a company, let's bring him on to our company. He can maybe do great things here. Another key to success, at least that's worked for me, is always growing your personal and professional network. I say personal because we have friends, who are all over the place. It's good to keep in contact with them because you never know down the line when they're going to be the ones who offer you the job. So, or, they might know somebody who knows somebody that's hiring. So it's always good to keep and, grow your professional and personal relationships. Always stay positive. You know what? It might be a bad day today, but it's not a bad life. So that's a key that I've always lived by, and it seems to work for me so far. Because sometimes I have horrible days and I just want to go home, but I won't make any money if I go home. So it's just a bad day, not a bad life. Always be reliable. This is a key thing, because if you're reliable and people can count on you, they're going to go to you when they need you for something. It might be a last-minute project that they need you to go on because they know you can come through, or it could be a number of things, but always try and stay reliable. Be kind to everyone. We've talked about this a couple times. Being kind to people is probably one of the most important things. People are going to realize that about you. Is okay, Jimmy Smith, he's a really cool guy. He's a kind guy. He gets along with everybody. He's not a jerk. Let's bring him on to come to our company or work on an XYZ project. First impressions are everything. This is so true, because I've met people right off the bat in some networking events, and they've been kind of rude or whatever the case is. We'll all come and encounter with bad first impressions, and after that, I'll never, they might send me a resume down the line, and I probably won't even open the email, just because they gave me such a bad first impression that I'm never gonna help that person again. So always keep a good first impression. And learn from your mistakes, man. Like, we're going to make tons of mistakes down the line. I've made tons of them in my career. But, if you don't learn from your mistakes, you're never going to grow, right? So learning from your mistakes is huge. And again, because you're in school, life's not divided into semesters. You don't get summers off. Right? You get, your summers off here in school or whatever. But, in real life, there's no such thing as a summer off. You always got to keep working and keep grinding. And the most important key to success, at least for me, and I've already mentioned it once here, is relationship building. Again, that's, to me, the most important thing in business and in life is relationship building. Keep growing your network, and as long as you keep having positive relationships, you're gonna do great things.